The disappearance of the missing Hawkins brothers is one of the craziest cases that I've ever seen. And a lot of people are now interested in it. And one of the biggest things that they're interested in is this drug cabin theory. Is the last place on earth that the missing Hawkins brothers were, was it at this mysterious drug cabin? And welcome back to another episode of Criminals Hate Me, guys and gals. And this is the true crime podcast that criminals don't want you to watch. And today I thought it'd be fun just to dig into this drug cabin a little bit. We don't know a lot about it. I mean, there is some info, but I'm still having trouble finding it. And we're going to go to a map, and I'm going to show you guys the area where someone told me that it is, but I cannot pinpoint it because the information they gave me doesn't make sense. But once I share it, maybe you guys who are from the area, or some of you web sleuths out there, maybe you can help me dig in and let's find out where this drug cabin is, because location is everything, and it gives people, especially criminals, opportunity to commit crimes based on location. So here's a quick view of the steps that I pointed out in my video thumbnail, because we're going to dig into that part because it's very strange. These steps are still standing after the drug cabin supposedly burned down twice. It doesn't make any sense to me. Okay, maybe someone can explain it, but this was when they did a drug bust there at the cabin in 2021. Why did the cabin continue to be allowed to sell drugs out of there? I don't understand. Like, are criminals really this dumb? You get busted, and then from the same exact cabin, you continue to do illegal stuff from that cabin. I'm not getting it, but maybe someone can explain it. So here is John Ward's video where they go and visit where the cabin used to be. Here's the steps I just showed you. So let's see what they have to say.
Okay, this is a property out in, what would you call this area?
Shady Cove.
Shady Cove, part of Campbell County. There were a cabin up here, and my son Dustin was well familiar with this property. They were, for whatever reason, it was known for distributing narcotics by different people at different times. I think it was always the same person, but it's very secluded out here. You pass quite a few houses. We'll try to get a little bit of that footage coming out of here that are abandoned or just dilapidated. Nobody's living in them. This is at the end of the road. That morning, that was August 6th, they were supposed to come here and pick up
to the drug
narcotics. So we're still looking into that situation on who was here and what happened. Hopefully, maybe we'll have more information that we can tell you about on future videos, but we're not going to tell who was here that morning right now. But if you know any information about this property during that day that they were there, make sure to contact the Campbell County Sheriff's Department or Cassie here, and how did they contact you? You got a Facebook page?
I have a Facebook page, Cassie Carroll.
Okay, and we'll put a link for that in there. You can contact her there, and or me on my email. So the cabin's burnt, it's gone, but this, they probably, what do you think? Do you think they might have come here, made it here that morning? It was said, one story was they didn't come here, one story was they did come here, and they did buy narcotics, and they used the narcotics, and then things just started going downhill for them at that point, and then the story just kind of ended. What happened after that?
Yeah, I'm about half and half. I don't know what to believe at this point. There's been so many stories.
All right, well, we wanted to show you this in this video, just let you know, here's one of the places that morning that you probably haven't seen. I guess, has this ever been on anything else before, talked about this location?
No.
Okay. All right, there's a huge, long steps, and Dustin talked about that. Dustin's not with me tonight, but he talked about that when Dustin was in addiction. He walked out here many, many miles in the snow and bought narcotics here. So, yeah, if you have any information of the boys being here, let us know.
Lady.
Okay, so that's that video about the drug cabin there. What do you guys think about that? Like, why did the steps survive? Like, were they like separated from the cabin, or did they lead right up to the cabin? But if you're going to burn the cabin down because you're trying to hide some kind of evidence, DNA, whatever, hopefully they didn't burn evidence of Tracy and Scott Hawkins that were there. But don't you think that there would be evidence on these steps too? I mean, the people that frequent there, up and down, you know. So I don't understand how the steps survived, but it's just interesting to look into. Okay, and here's another short little 30-second video about the drug bust that happened at that cabin.
The Campbell County Sheriff's Office seized $80,000 in drug profits during a traffic stop. It happened on April 5th. According to investigators, the suspect was stopped on Appalachian Highway 25 near the city of Jacksboro. During a search of that vehicle, officials found about $80,000 in cash. The suspect saying the money came from drug sales. After the stop, a search warrant was issued for the driver's house, where they found additional money, drugs, and a Honda ATV.
Okay, so what do you guys think about that? Let's see here. And I wanted to look into this right here. This is a comment from Chris Wilson. He seems to know a lot about the area and about the drug activity going on. And he is saying that this is not the address, but the drug cabin is directly up from 129 White Oak Lane around the Shady Cove area. It's at the dead end. Okay? So let's look at the map, because this is what I'm highly confused about. Okay? This is 129 White Oak, where he's telling me right here. Okay, let's look at the comment again. It's directly up from 129 White Oak Lane. Well, directly up, does he mean north? At the dead end? Like, this is Shady View, not Shady Cove. But I mean, is it not really Shady Cove? Is it here? I don't understand what he means by directly up, but I did some Google Street Views and stuff, and I can't see anything. But this is what's weird, is Shady Cove Road's over here, and this is he's saying it's near here. It's a measure here, 1,800 feet. You know, here's a dead end of Shady Cove. So I'm confused, guys. I would love to find where that drug cabin was. You know, I know it's burned down now, but you can go back to different dates when you're looking. Okay, and if this is Shady Cove, you know, it starts over here. You turn down here, and it starts here, and you go up it. So, and in John Ward's video, he said it's at the dead end, which it leads way over here. So if you kind of look at this area, which is as far as you can go over here, it's got something. It's got a fence here, so you can't really see back there. I don't know. It's just somebody's house, right? But he said there was a lot of dilapidated houses in the area. I mean, once I go down Street View, I mean, it looks like we're in the right area. Pretty rough looking compared to some of the other houses in the area. Okay, got some people out here. You know, what are they building here? But this says March 2014. Can't really go back anywhere else. You know, pretty shady stuff going on out here. I don't know. Looks pretty rough. But is this where the drug cabin was? Okay, you keep going. This looks kind of rough. Pretty rough area. Pretty dirty. Trashy. Let's see what we got down here. Pretty rough. This one's not too bad. But it is a rough area. Look how dirty it is, guys. Yeah, rough. So, I don't know. Was a drug cabin down here somewhere? At the end of Shady Cove, because that's what was explained to me in the videos at the dead end. Or is it further up here where you can't go? I don't know. It's weird that they have this taste of home. Let's see. Well, that's right here. So did something change since 2014, or are they running a restaurant out of one of these trailers? I don't know. But looks like you got some nicer houses back here. Is this the drug cabin? I don't know. But I don't understand, because according to Chris, he says it's near here, White Oak Lane. So can anyone explain that? Can anyone figure that out for me? Where is the drug cabin related to, where Chris Wilson said it is? Directly up from 129 White Oak Lane. Where in the hell was that drug cabin? Does anyone know? Or does showing you this map here where Chris says that it's near here, does this help anyone to dig in and find it? But do you guys think that the drug cabin had something to do with the disappearance of Scott and Tracy? And how are these steps still standing? Why did they not burn these steps down? Because you can see the cabin right here, very close to these steps. So I'm just trying to figure it out. To me, it looks like it's attached. Here's the cabin. Here's the steps. Why didn't the steps burn down? It's wood. You know, why wouldn't someone want the steps gone also? Why would you want to leave the steps there? Very strange, but also very interesting situation we got going on here, guys. But also, someone else said that the person that was arrested in that $80,000 drug bust where they found the cash and they admitted that it was all drug money, that they got off of the charges. Is that true? Is that possible? I mean, why bring all this? Tons and tons of law enforcement and then let the dude off. Like, I don't know if I believe that. It's very odd. But they said there was a stolen Honda ATV found here at the drug cabin. So, you know, it takes you back to this area right here. Kind of putting two and two together makes you wonder. Okay, let's go up to the area right here. Let's go back to 2021 here. ATVs, side by sides. So this cycle shop specialized in those. So is there connections to this cycle shop once again in the drug cabin, in ATVs stolen? What do you guys think? Let me know. I'll talk to you later.